in the bottom half of the jug there. And it's the white, pure white monoatomic. And then below it, the same size, a second layer of these different colors of green oxides that form and cluster and literally look like plants that start growing. It's wild. So I'll play this one more time, but actually on silent because that was kind of annoying. All right. You can see here this like the blob of monatomics moving, but like doesn't go all the way down. No, it just stays at this layer here. And they'll either shoot to the top and then come straight back down, never staying in the exclusion zones, each type going to another. And like those green tubes, I'm able to pause it here. Like, look at these different tubes and clusters at the bottom. They just are suspended and they float. And it's just the strangest stuff I've ever seen. Blew my mind. Still blows my mind. Like, that's just a copper anode. That's all that is. But as 3 triple solenoids, it turned into what looks like life with a little bit of electricity. Like, is this primordial soup? Is this the goo of creation and the universe here? Like, you can see this cluster moving right there. If you can see my mouse, I'm not sure if you can see my mouse. Oh, maybe you could. Can't see my mouse. It's these clusters here. And you have this layer here, and you see this little guy that just fell there that was like up there. And that what's crazy is this should be copper oxide and like oxidizing and be turning like a blue. Yeah, it turns teal, but like that green and then this like forest green with the tealiest green, greeny teal, barely blue. And look at how red, hyper red the coil itself is. It's crazy stuff. Still working on putting my thesis together of what it all means, but that's going to be coming out in my book. A book called Mist, Mirrors, and Rainbows, baby. Minus the baby. All right. So, right, like, is that giving life? I think so. I believe so. Like, these plasmoid clusters that grow, like, literally the clusters of these metals and different elements and ormus, GANs, monoatomic stuff. They're referred to as plasmids, plasmoids, and plasma, which, you know, isn't it alive or it's all self-organizing, seems conscious. Okay, so that's that one. Now for the longer video. Of course I can find it. I found it. Is it loading? Is it playing? I think this is, yes, it is. This is the new one. Okay. All right. So this is a little bit longer. You can see that it's cleared up a little bit towards, no, there's more clusters, but the top seems a little bit clearer just with more clusters everywhere. Once again, there's BurnEye nodding off. Like, it was ridiculous. And I do not look forward having to physically go to every single drug rehabilitation center over the next 2 days to go get records of my attendance. But hey, maybe with any luck, be able to inspire others there to pull through and to actually take it serious and to get off it, because I did, and so can you. And don't succumb. Don't let it take your soul. Your life is worth more than just becoming a statistic. All right, so here you can see my Alchemy Lab / silk screening print shop. The first Alchemy Lab. It was about my 5th iteration of the silk screening shop, and I'm currently working on establishing my 9th iteration. Hopefully this month, coming up in February here. Now, the cool part here is you can see all the line interference on the videos, and it's around every single bucket, and that is part of this plasma field created by the GANs / Ormus / monoatomic / plasma field. And as it will cycle through, it will go to every little bucket that I have. You can see each one will have the disturbance. Here's another one. You can see the lines going and the different interference patterns that happen in these plasma fields. There again, in this random bucket, that one wasn't even plugged into electricity. And once again, we've got, look at that guy. Isn't that something? It was alive. It is alive. That SOB was alive. I still have that coil, even though this experiment was recorded 8 or 10 years ago now. I think about 10. And yeah, I love plugging metals into electrolysis reactors. It's a fun time. All right, what else did I want to share today? This one? Oh, this is the very first one or the very last one? It's only 11 seconds long, but it's just so beautiful and mesmerizing, isn't it? It's alive. Okay. Righto. Now I know what we're gonna show next here. Let us show a couple pictures, and then we'll end her off with some Bob Green here, because shout out to Bob, he's the man. And also in 2024, look forward to DJ Bernie Slanders AI music coming out soon. DJ Bernie Slanders, yeah. And if you donate, you can help kickstart that career. What we're looking at here is several different fields of exclusion zones and giant clouds, nanotubes all forming. Some interesting things. Don't know. Oh, there we go. Self-organizing spirals happening even in square buckets. You still get the spirals to the center. Entropy. Here's another square rectangle bucket. Spirals upon spirals of layers. And there's like straight exclusion zones down all the way through. It's quite fascinating effects. Here's another one. Another rectangle. Yeah, we got a spiral. Another rectangle, a spiral. And here we got it turning into a double. 1 into 2. And so this right here, this is something else. This documents the sulfur state that the ancient alchemists speak of. And you can see at the top, there's this blue oxidized layer. And then at the bottom here, you can see these sheets of this blue layer, and that they were at the very surface. They formed a layer, a barrier that sealed it from the actual seal of the can. And then the can rusted a couple holes. And then when I actually grabbed the can and moved it, it then broke the seal, the natural seal here, and then instantly everything from top to bottom turns to the yellow sulfuric state. And that's while this copper is in this pink red state. And when I had sealed it in this pink red state, and you break the seal, and it puts out a layer of this yellow sulfur, and it's on top of the red active macular state that it states it's in. But that's getting deep into Sir Isaac Newton's 7 colors of transmutational metals, and the lesson and book that I'm gonna have to be doing. Oh snap, look at that. Did I just dox my greasy fingerprint? Shit. I don't know. All right, but look at that. Just look at that yellow. It's crazy. What else? Oh, we got another swirl here, just in a Tupperware. Poured some monatomics in, and it turns into these swirling layers. Again, all on its own, the concentric circles. Here we got the red blue. Why is one half blue, the other half red? Why does it always polarize in its oxidization reactions? Like it's a magnoelectric field effect of electrolysis. I don't know. I don't think I've seen anywhere ever discuss it. So hopefully I get that one someday. Here we have a piece of gold chain, and it's connected to 2 copper wires that are insulated and go out of the water into the air and connect to this silver 1-ounce coin. So I've created a circuit essentially between the gold and the silver. And then you can see the cloud of white monoatomic gold, literally this band form and twist and come around and start pooling with silver over here, and then it would condense at the very bottom. And no electricity in it all, just the silver and gold connected to each other. And could that be the Philosopher's Stone? I speculate most likely. What else are we looking at? We got another nice exclusion zone. It's monatomic tungsten. What else are we looking at? Oh, see, look at this. I think this is the vessel of a homunculus. This is I have discovered and created how to make the vessels of the homunculi. Like, look at that. Is that not like a head and a face? And then these are all nanotube structures that have grown out of it, like that right there. So here's like a Keshi 1 triple solenoid copper coil. And then this right here was literally just a copper solenoid, triple copper solenoid coil, 1/2 going down. And then it grew like this head and all of these crazy tubes down and like grounded itself. And is that not the vessel of a homunculi? All right. Yeah, I do agree. It looks like seaweed. See if your colloidal silver comes out looking like that. That's toxic. Don't eat it. Don't drink it. Don't rub your hands in it. It will give you heavy metal poisoning. You don't want that. You don't want to die as a blue poisoned smurf, let me tell you. Like, here's another example of the red blue. This was completely all submerged in salt water, and it just decided that this part was going to turn blue, this part red. Like, this is normal copper. Strange things. Different little things that are made. Here it is. Reacting. Just out. All the different coils I was making back in the day. This was about 6 years ago, I think these pictures were taken. Oh, this one's pretty freaking awesome. I love this because here we have the double Magrav coil on the right, and that's the cathode. So it produces hydrogen bubbles. And then the anode, triple copper solenoid, 3 copper ring spirals down. And then it actually stops right here. This is where it stops. And then it grew itself to the bottom. It just decided to grow. But then it also decided to completely cover itself in bubbles. And the bubbles decided that buoyancy no longer exists. And they just decided that they now live on this thing and decided to grow down. And they decided to grow down and just permanently grow themselves to the ground. And the copper ended here. Some sort of black thing formed, and then more bubbles went down. Very strange.